PlayStation style because this is annoying. Reduce storage morning. I'm glad you're doing well. Thank you. I feel like I'm still waking up, even though I've been, oh my gosh, even though I've been awake for a couple hours. I think it's just been chaotic, and not having a grasp on these controls is making me feel like I'm half delirious, but it's okay. I'll get used to it. I don't want to get used to anything because I play on Switch and PC and PlayStation, and so I fear that I will just be confused forever now. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So I really love her house. I feel like her... Oh good, I'm glad you can hear me. I feel like her house is deserving of more of a special area. I like the nature element of it a lot, and I want to make it like more. When we get over to the glade, I can kind of show you, like, there's just not a lot of space there for what I want to include. So I don't feel like I can give her her area the justice I feel like it deserves. So potentially she might end up in my forest island when I get around to doing that one, which works because I really haven't done any of her quests or anything yet. I usually try to wait until after like the first week and a half in case there's any major bugs. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a little camping area today. You only play on PC? That's fair. So I'm on PC right now, but I like a controller I can just switch the controls back to being like the default on Steam is more how they do on PlayStation, and I think Xbox is the same. I'm really not fluent in Xbox. Hold on, let me check these off in my tracker app. Okay, and crystal. So the only thing I have left here is Wally's Garden. Anyway, so I could play like with the PC itself too, but that's just one more navigational system to learn. We started working on her friendship quest, and she's about level 8. I think I have her to level 9 just because I was doing her friendship, or not friendship quest, because I was hanging out with her during the Star Path. But I haven't started her quest yet. Are you enjoying her quest? Is the question. Because I've seen hints about like items on the DLB app, and it seems like there's a lot of really cool stuff that is going to be available with her quest, and I'm just not sure. I'm just scared to get started on them because I don't want any game-breaking bugs, especially when I play cross-platform. Yeah, I definitely agree to play where you are comfortable. I don't have that much of a preference. I just keep forgetting which controls are which. I like her way that they've been making getting characters easier. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I was thinking getting Lady and the Tramp wasn't that easy, but it was not that difficult either. I think there was a lot of pushback with the quest that you have to go and do a ton of searching and tracking things down for, and so people didn't like that. And I have to imagine writing quests for a game is a very difficult task. It's something I appreciate, but not something I envy or wish to do. I was thinking about putting my own forest free. Yeah. So this is like all I have left of my jungle space. I mean, I have this little one down here, but that's pretty small. And I think that's where I want to have my little Wally's garden and stall and entry area. And then I have this tiny thing up here, which is basically useless. I mean, I don't mind it because there's a lot of other larger areas, but in terms of trying to put like a villager here, you really can't do that. Sorry, I had to sneeze. So I just have what's down here, and I've been wanting to do a campsite. I'm thinking now I'm probably going to have to make some corrections to it this summer when the camping event comes back, and we get new items, but I think I can kind of get it rolling for now. To finish Tink, Tigger, and Crow of the Bill. I did finish those, but I'm still working on my achievements for Bush Blossoms. A lot of people didn't like these areas. I do like them. And I think if you're gonna do these cute little nooks and crannies, you need to make sure that you have some like bigger areas as well. Like this is a big area, but it's also not, especially when you compare it to like Witch Blossom Ranch. But I was a little bit disappointed that the trials areas couldn't be decorated in Storybook Vale, because I think that would have been really pretty. Okay, I need to go on the Infinite Scroll Adventure. Yeah, it's a nice area if we have like a lot of foliage and can make it be really... Witch Blossom has too much snow. I don't feel the same. I love the snow. Winter's my favorite season though. I have been so excited to do those different areas, and I've just felt like I have so many ideas for winter builds and absolutely no space to do them just between Frosted Heights and the Frosted Island. So I'm really happy that we have more areas with snow. I want more. I want like another snowy island. Now, I've heard a lot of people say they don't care for the snow. I think I'm pretty sure that I'm the weird one who wants more snow. I just feel like there's never enough island, or like never enough space. You can always get, like I could go for 3 more forest islands as well, and 2 more beach islands, and still not be satisfied. Let's see, I think this is the first area I want to do. So I'm going to put all of my items I think I might use over here. Really? guess there's really not a lot of paths for snow, so that makes it extra difficult. I know I kind of just use like the path from Eternity Isle, the Ancient's Landing one that you can kind of see through, because that kind of feels like it makes sense, like a path covered, or like the snow is coming up through the path. I hope they add more islands as well. I really was expecting Storybook Vale Islands in this update, or the last one. I don't know if they're going to do it. I'm just creating a pumpkin small storage on the ancient island. That's a good idea. The ancient islands are the ones that I'm the most baffled about, because I feel like we don't have any like ruins type buildings. Yeah, I feel like we don't have any ruins types buildings, so I don't know. I still have hopes that we're gonna get Atlantis. And what is it? Treasure Island? I'm hopeful, and so I hope that when we do, we will get those items, and therefore I might postpone decorating those areas until then. I know we have a ton of items for like Wish Blossom, and I'm trying to think of what other builds that I've been thinking about doing. I might start working on some of my interiors as well. I've been wanting to do those. Who do I think is? Have we seen more than just the glimpse on the developer update? Do I need to go investigate that immediately? Because I'm curious. I was gonna say I'm hopeful it'll be like Atlantis, but I would really like to see that like in the mysterious cave. I think that would be the better place to see it. I have not seen his video. I really haven't. I'm behind on. I think I'm still 4 weeks behind on my subscription fee, I want to say. So I'm very behind. Who does he think it is? Yeah, that's accurate. It's been a bummer that because I haven't even been able to play. I haven't been able to stream. We just had too many deadlines all happening at the same time, and we just couldn't. You know, had to focus on the things with timelines more than the things that we wanted to do, but things are starting to slow down. I say as I have to keep in mind that I can't stream forever today because I do have a couple of deadlines today that I need to hit. But it's at least not as bad as it was. I think they were saying possibly Madam Mim or Big Mint. do. I'm carving some out deliberately right now. That's why we're here. This might be cute in the camping area. Yeah, I think I have a series of deadlines that ends next week, and then another set that end the following week. And then I think they go all the way out from there, so I have at least not the pressure of them being like in the next week or 2 weeks to worry about. Is that something that you enjoy, or do you wish that you were back out having to do all of the things? 3 channels. That's amazing. I don't know how you can keep up with that. I can't even keep up with my Instagram. I can't keep up with hardly any of those things, but I enjoy them. It's just not enough time to do them all. You don't miss working for others. Fair. That's absolutely fair. I feel that deep within my soul. And I am very jealous. Oh wow, that's cool. What kind of paper crafting do you do? I love planning. I used to do a lot more. I was kind of hoping to get back into it this year, but right now our office is under construction, and so all of my planning materials are packed away, so I'm stuck just using a notebook. Cooking channel, that sounds so great. Okay, I'm gonna have to go investigate after I'm done journal making and stuff like that. Do you do junk journaling? I keep seeing that pop up as a thing, which I think is such a cute idea, because I love to just keep random paper and stuff, but I don't know. I get nervous about making my random paper that would be trash otherwise permanently affixed to things. Because that makes sense. You do. Do you have any tips for people getting into junk journaling? I think it's great. I think it's so cool. There's someone I follow on TikTok that sometimes does tiny little junk journals, and it's precious. I love watching them. You collect so much, it would start to get too much. In terms of things that you'd want to put in, I feel like junk journaling is sort of derivative of scrapbooking, but a little bit less perfection-y, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's fair. get that way about some things. But I'm also, I think, pretty lucky in that for most things, I am just a little chaos gremlin, and people expect that from me, and so I have the sort of mental freedom to do whatever crazy thing I want to do because people just expect me to do something a little weird and crazy. Definitely when they're, but yeah, it's like context specific. I feel like there's certain things where I'm a lot more self-conscious about. It's definitely come a little bit with time. I think it probably started with just wanting to dress the way that I would choose to dress, which is a little bit more couture, a little bit more avant-garde. Not as much as you might see on like street style during New York Fashion Week kind of thing, but I grew up in a little farming town, so anytime you kind of step beyond the trend of whatever the cute trendy top is with the cute trendy jean style, it's a little bit off. And so I kind of learned from a young age to not take people's criticism seriously, otherwise I wouldn't be able to take any pleasure in doing the things that I find to be enjoyable. I love watching channels like yours as a different friends. Yeah, I'm out of practice. It feels like because I was gone for a month and not playing, like I don't remember what items exist. So I feel like I'm riding a struggle bus right now. But hopefully the end result is something that's enjoyable. I'm just trying to find like any kind of... I could have sworn we had more camping items because I've been excited about doing this build for so long and waiting to finish my island to do it. But now that I'm getting into it, I'm like, where are all the items I thought existed for this? Perhaps I was just excited about using a bunch of plants because I also believe that would be something I would do. Lots of places. I have family that lives on the East Coast, but I really haven't spent too much time there. I do feel as though the East Coast is more receptive to unique aesthetics, like that people dress. And then, I mean, I grew up on the West Coast. I stand by that. I feel like the trickle out effect of New York spreads a lot wider than LA, and LA is notoriously judgmental for anyone who deviates from what is okay. Where New York is all about standing out. So I stand by, I think the East Coast is got more variety and aesthetic. Yeah, receptive to anything. At least tolerant of it. At least just like, oh, there's another person with, whatever. Whereas in LA, they can make you feel quite yuck about whatever you do think or feel. The LA area or like the farmland areas? I agree. It is a shame. There's a lot of people who will say like, oh, we're unique or whatever in LA, and this could very well be true on the East Coast as well, and I just don't know because I don't have a lot of experience there. But you know, a lot of people will be like, oh, like I'm trendy, I'm this, I'm whatever, but when they kind of get out of that area, they will admit to saying that they felt sort of pigeonholed, where if they were going to be unique, then they could only be unique, and so that means they couldn't ever do things that are trendy or typical, like they had to be something or another. You're less ignored, I think, in the LA area than in the East Coast, is my perception. The Lake, yeah. So I grew up in those areas as well, and they're beautiful. I love all the trees. That's probably why I have such a big love for trees and stuff, and love all the foliage in the game. Like every time we get foliage, I get so excited. San Francisco is a little bit more open-minded, but it still can be you can still be very seen in a way like LA that's very negative. Potentially very negative. It's been a long time, but I'm going to probably say at least partially yes. I don't know that San Francisco will ever give up its granola, but Silicon Valley is a huge influence in that area, so you get a lot of like Patagonia vests and I mean, I feel like the sort of what we would call hippie areas have taken like a stronger roots in like where am I thinking of, like Santa Cruz area, and San Francisco is sort of city hippie, if that makes sense. And that's my perception. But again, like I said, it's been a long time since I've been there, so I'm just like people I know and stuff sharing things from that, and that's the feeling that I get from what they share. Yeah, Silicon Valley. Yep. all the AI bros are taking over. And then Patagonia Beth. Okay. I don't know how I did that. Yes, I have gotten like no moonstones at all lately. That's kind of why when I saw the game go on sale on PlayStation, that was another reason why I was like, okay, I might just go ahead and get it because I'll get moonstones, and I've been wanting to have it on the PlayStation too. Yeah, I don't know what is going on, but I used to get often 4,000 moonstones, and now I get more often like 1,200. It's so frustrating. I don't know what they did, because it's not like we're in, I don't know, maybe yours show differently, but when I'm voting, it's not like I'm seeing a lot of really time-consuming dream snaps, and it's entirely possible that people are spending a lot more time and we're just not seeing those ones. But I feel like perhaps they just changed how much they allot. Your game freezes when you build for any link. That's horrifying. I might have to make sure that I remember to save very frequently since I am on PC too. See, no. Yeah, I don't see any themed pictures. It's like 99% selfies since the change with dream snaps, which I do like. Like, I like not having to put a bunch of junk back into my dream snap to have it hit the tags. No. Oops. But since then, I also don't see, like, I'm seeing even fewer dream snaps that fit the theme. A lot of like half fitting the theme. And so it doesn't make any sense why all of a sudden there's potentially more entries that are less qualified, and we're getting lower amounts of moonstones. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I think something's hinky. Okay, now I'm stressed. Let's hope it saves this. My, talking about freezing, I basically can't play on my Switch since the update. It crashes. I mean, I've always supported just entering anything just to get, you know, your 300 moonstones. I think that's fine. But when you put in effort, I think that should be reflected. And I feel like they have made the amounts of people who get the 4K less. Like, it used to be, you know, a good amount of people who could get 4K, you know, if it was like 10 people out of 100 or whatever it is. Now it's like 6 people out of 100. Like the ratio is changed and I don't like that. I also play on the Switch 1, so that could explain something. It just can't handle the workload of this game and the fact that I have a fully decorated valley with 6,000 items. I think so too, which is kind of yuck. I want them, like if I had the choice, I would ask that they would go back to doing the currency the way it was, where we were getting more moonstones for the dream snaps, and then just do more micro DLCs like The Sims. Because then if it's like a pack of things that are very specifically themed, people may or may not have the interest in those things. And so they don't have to like use real money to purchase it if they're not interested. I'm just supposed to work on fixing that for Switch 1. The like quality of life. Maybe. I know they increased frames per second for Switch 1 and Switch 2 with this update. That's kind of what I think it is the problem. I think it's just now they're trying to make the game resolution, like game quality, much better, which is fine. But I would rather my game be a little more Stardew Valley and work, and than be like playing super high res and not work. I'm spending so much every week on that stuff. I have very close to how much I do. Yeah, that's fair. I try just to get the bundles that actually come with items, and then save things in the meantime. I always buy the furniture, and then I rarely buy the clothes. And that kind of helps me manage my moonstones. I'm getting the grocery store to start the shop because I want that container found. I hardly ever wear the costumes. Sometimes I do the dresses, not very often. But I like when the outfits are in pieces, so I can choose. I can mix and match. Like today, I've got the hat on from the set from Up, but I didn't want the whole outfit. So I kind of just made my own camping kind of outfit with other pieces. The villain costumes are cool. But I aesthetically love them, I just don't wear them. Because I like to mix and match. Oh no. I really like all the sort of villainous elements, like the Nightborn type things and decor. I'm gonna do a dark fairy build in the Beanstalk Marshes, and I'm so so excited for that color palette there. Yeah, mix and match is fun. I really don't like when they make everything one piece. I want to be able to pick and choose things. I might have more items to do that than this camping build. It may have been smarter to start on the dark fairy build more than the camping, but I think I'm just too excited for summertime. I just need to do a little camping build, even if it's just the base of one that I will edit when we get some new items from the summer camping event. I don't have any mismatches. Oh, yeah, and then all the new clothes we got were dresses in this latest drop. I want some more plain pants, plain shirts. I'd like to be able to layer the dresses more. Like if I could layer pants over a dress where it like cropped it or clipped it so that it became a shirt, that would be super cool, I feel. Or even if it's not pants, even if it's just like a skirt on top of a dress, because I do that in real life, where if I like the top of a dress, then I might wear a skirt over it, so that I can kind of change up the look. Just a little bit more realistic. And the dresses too was a little bit irritating because I feel like the community has been very vocal about wanting more options. They want things that aren't dresses. They've been very, very vocal about it. Every single time dresses come out, they want something that people, you know, bring up. Like, we want more than just dresses. And every single time it seems like they ignore it. There's 3 dresses in the Star Path, which are all super cute. And we need more options. Yeah, I don't hate the reskinning of things, because we have some really good basic like t-shirts, really good basic shorts, really good basic pants, and they could reskin those to their heart's content because they're very staple like shapes. It's when we reskin things to be like that we don't need, like dresses. Yeah. It's a both and thing. It's a both and not dresses. Yeah, or at least yeah, a reason to keep playing. Because once you kind of start making it all the same, then people get grouchy. Oh, really? I think the longest I went without playing was this month, because I just had stuff going on and I couldn't get on to play. Otherwise, I usually at least check my Scrooge stores every day, but I find grinding for resources to be calming. And so a lot of times at the end of the day, I like to sit down and do some resource grinding. Builder Scrolls. I haven't played that. I think I've seen gameplay for it. What is that one game called? But this is pretty much the only game I play. I do have Animal Crossing. I sometimes play it. And then my husband and I got Date Everything to play together because that game just is so funny. But other than that, I don't really play any other games besides DDV. I feel like if I did, I wouldn't play as much DDV, and I don't like that idea. Yeah. I guess I don't really have a preference. I'll play on whatever platform I can play the game that I feel like playing, or whatever's convenient for how I'm trying to play at the moment. Because I grew up, we would play like Game Boy, we played most of the different Nintendo platforms, we played PC games, we were on all of the things. coffee machine. Cute. Yeah, I love writing. It's been a while since I got anything. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Wow, thank you. Yeah, it's been a while since I've put anything out. My friend is really hoping that we can, that I will finish the project I'm working on now so that it can be released this summer. She might be a little naively hopeful, but you know, it would be nice. It is close to being done, but the project I'm working on now is part of a series, so that just always ends up meaning it takes more time because I have to make sure that there's no continuity errors and the story is progressing on schedule. So not want to publish it because you just don't want to go through the experience of publishing it, or because it's too private? Like, do you have kind of a thought there? I think it's amazing to just do it. That is like the biggest part. Sorry, I needed some coffee. When I originally wrote my first book, it was not with the intention of publishing it really. It was just to say that I could and to say that I did. Feel that pain. I'm at the beginning of, or not the beginning, I'm nearly at the end of book 3 now, and writing a series is hard. There's a lot. Oh, okay. So it's like a little bit, almost, my brain wants to say fanfic, but it's like life. Derived. I mean, there are totally books that use real life characters, like real life figures. I was just looking at a book that has Marilyn Monroe featured, like it's a fictionalized version of her. There's a fantasy. Fantasy is a good one. I used to read a ton of fantasy, not so much anymore, but it is still a really fun genre. I think it's also a really hard genre to write. Because there's all the world building and stuff that goes into it. That's true. I'm trying to think if I saw a book, because I actually went down the rabbit hole of real life people in books. I was working on a project with someone, helping them with their project, and they feature a lot of real life people, including like some real life politicians. And I mean, they hardly have anything happen with those characters, but still we kind of went down the rabbit hole of how do we do this? How do we make sure it's done properly? In a fantasy world, that's cool. I love urban fantasy, or kind of fantasy that touches on modern problems, because so much of fantasy is like these really crazy, wild problems that don't really exist in society today. And so it's really fun when you get those elements where it does and they do. Just the European component that you mentioned reminded me of this book called The Rook by Daniel O'Malley, which is based in the UK. The tagline for the book is something along the lines of Her Majesty's Supernatural Secret Service. And it's a sort of like modern urban fantasy. It is probably one of the best books I've ever read. It's the book that I recommend, like, no matter what genre people read, if they need a book to read and they really don't know where to start, that is the book I recommend. It's so good. It's so funny. And yeah, it's just really good. I really love it. Yeah, I highly recommend looking it up if you enjoy reading and have time to read. It is kind of a long book. I read it and listened to the audio. I was in physical therapy when I was reading it, so when I was at PT, I would often listen to it, and then at night I usually just read it. But it was so good. I was laughing constantly. And it's called The Rook, R-O-O-K, like the chess piece. So all of the characters are, so the Supernatural Secret Service is called the Sheke, I think, and the ranking system is modeled after chess pieces. So the king and queen are obviously the king and queen of England. And then beyond that, the Secret Service, the Supernatural Secret Service has got like rooks and knights and etc. And like the main staff that handle things are the pawns, and it's really well researched. Yeah, there's 3 different books, but they're not necessarily, no, there's 4 now. You don't have to read all of them. The first book is the best in my opinion, and then the second book does have a character from the first book as a key character, but I would say you would probably want to read the first book before the second book, just to prevent accidental like spoiling of things. But then the third book is set in a completely different time period, so it's just the same world. Book I just got for Christmas and I haven't read it yet, so I couldn't tell you that. But when you finish the first book, you don't feel like you wonder what might happen next, but you don't feel like if you don't read what happens next, you miss something entirely, if that makes sense. The world is just so carefully designed that you're like, I wonder what happens next in this world. Nice. I hope you enjoy. I do hope you get a chance to read it and that you enjoy it as much as I did, because I thoroughly loved it. Then that's more reason to really enjoy the book. Hilariously, there's like, most of the people who are born supernatural are born in the UK, and I want to say they say something about just how awful Americans are, and that's like all of the terrible things that the the American colonists did is the reason why there's not as much supernatural activity in the Americas. I don't remember for sure, but I remember having that sentiment and kind of having a little bit of a giggle. The author was doing something there, saying something. Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's a book that stays timely. There is one spot over here. Maybe they fixed it. But I know this biome used to have one tile where you couldn't put anything. And it would drive me mad. Because I wanted to put a tree cluster right where it was when I was trying to do a different build a while ago. Okay. I need to be right back. Thank you! I appreciate it. I mean, I feel like it's a hot mess, but I need to be right back real quick. My dog is asking to go outside. So let me go out, let her out real quick, and I shall return. miss saying goodbye, but goodbye. Good luck on your dream snap. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think I made it in Canva. I highly recommend Canva. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Enjoy working on your dream snap. I only have about 30 more minutes because my poor dog made a mess. So I need to go clean that up, but I wanted to kind of finish doing the foliage to this tent. I hope you have a good day. Sorry if you can hear her panting. I came back with a candy, and so now she wants my treat. stopping point for now, whether we like it or not. I need to go clean up this mess and take care of the chores and deadlines that I have looming over me for this weekend. But I will be back next weekend to do another build. Probably this build will take like, I don't know, I feel like it's gonna take at least 3 weeks, 3 weekends to get it done. But we'll see. We'll bring in some new Pocahontas items and then save some space for hopefully some cool items for the summer camping event, or the summertime marshmallow event usually has like camping stuff. So hopefully it has something cool that we can add to it later. So we'll leave space for that. But other than that, I think I'm done for the weekend. So I will see you guys next weekend, next Saturday, and have a good week. Until then, thanks for hanging out. Bye.